Do you long to feel happy again? To simply be able to breathe without the weight of chores and tasks and responsibilities weighing heavily over you? Do you wish you could stop overthinking and simply be in the present moment and enjoy it? If this sounds like you, I want you to know that you are not alone. Many of the caring, capable career women and men who I work with say the same thing, and it often sounds like this. I constantly feel anxious and stressed on the inside, even though people can't see it on the outside. I wish I knew how to rest and relax without feeling like I constantly need to be productive. I tend to keep myself busy by doing things that add value and that are productive so that I don't feel like I'm falling behind or wasting time. There was something that they all had in common. They were mentally exhausted, they were emotionally blocked, and they couldn't keep up with the pace and the rhythm of life. Life felt overwhelming, like it was a cycle of chores and work demands and responsibilities with no time for rest or enjoyment and nothing to really look forward to or feel excited about. So if this sounds familiar, you're in luck, because in today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly why you can't relax and what you need to do about it to start enjoying life again. Let me introduce you to my client, Annalene. She was constantly anxious, exhausted, and on edge, whether it was at home, at work, or wherever she found herself. Her mental and emotional health was hijacked by the pressures around her all the time. This is what she said. I started to dread Mondays. I didn't even enjoy my weekends anymore because I'd end up going to work on Saturdays just to catch up. I was exhausted and overwhelmed all the time. Here's what she believed: that working harder would eliminate her anxiety, that saying yes to everything was the right thing to do, and that resting was indulgent, even selfish. But here's what Annalene didn't realize. She wasn't just busy all the time or overthinking all the time. She was actually stuck in survival mode. And the source of her survival mode wasn't her workload or the demands of her family or home or her work or her colleagues. It was actually something else that she couldn't see. Her invisible internal drivers, her lack of boundaries, her fear of failure, and her need to be seen as the capable one, the reliable one, the one that everyone could count on by her family, her colleagues, and her friends. Annalene was so focused on being the dependable one, on the one who got things done and who got things done perfectly, that she didn't realize how it was costing her her life, her happiness, her peace, and her joy. So if you are stuck in survival mode like Annalene was, here's the truth that nobody tells you. Your self-worth has been unconsciously tied to productivity. In other words, you have to constantly feel busy and find something to do that adds value or that is productive in order to feel like you are complete and like you matter. So when you try to do something to just relax, it doesn't feel good. It feels wrong, like you're wasting time or like you're being lazy. It triggers guilt, it triggers discomfort, and it even triggers panic in you because resting feels so unsafe to you. This is why your mind can't switch off. This is why weekends don't feel like a break to you. And this is why relaxation feels more stressful to you than working. It's not that you don't want to relax. I know you really do want to relax. But your nervous system doesn't know how, because your nervous system now equates rest and relaxation with danger. Your nervous system equates relaxation with falling behind, being judged, or letting other people down. You want to enjoy life, but not if it means being less productive. You want to relax, but not if it means dropping the ball or lowering your standards. And this is exactly where Annalene was when we started working together in one-on-one coaching. Annalene really loved her work. It gave her such a sense of purpose and contribution, and she said it met her emotional needs. But being in survival mode, being pressured by the demands of family and children and work and life, it had started to drain the joy from her. At first, she was very hesitant to join the coaching program. She said, "This feels like it's just going to add another thing to my to-do list. I just want to listen quietly. I don't want to be an active participant." But that hesitation, that resistance that was coming up, was a clear signal that she actually needed support. Because what Annalene couldn't see it, and what you may not be able to see it, is that the patterns that are keeping you in cycles of anxiety and exhaustion are the ones that feel most normal to you. What Annalene didn't realize is that she actually had a hidden belief that was driving her behavior, that everything and everyone else should come before her own happiness and well-being. She didn't realize that her habit of postponing her growth, her needs, and rest and her well-being until there was more time was actually a pattern that was keeping her in cycles of exhaustion and anxiety. These were the invisible forces within her that were keeping her stuck. They were the hidden patterns that were keeping her exhausted and overwhelmed and anxious all the time. And she didn't even know that they existed. But beneath her burnout, here's what was really going on. She was overfunctioning. She was trying to do everything perfectly and constantly putting other people's happiness before herself, even when she knew it wasn't in her best interest to do so. She struggled to ask her team for what she needed from them. She avoided conflict, afraid that people would judge her or dislike her or disapprove of her. She struggled to delegate because she was worried that she would be seen as the lazy one and not doing enough. She picked up her team's slack to avoid looking unkind, and she was drowning in brain fog, unable to think clearly every day. This is what she told me. "I didn't feel worthy of making decisions. I'd fix my team's work myself instead of giving them feedback, and then feel frustrated, unappreciated, and weak for not speaking up." Here's the truth. Annalene didn't lack time. She lacked permission to put herself first, to speak up for herself, and to stop hustling for her worth. And here's what changed everything. It wasn't another productivity system or a time management hack. What it was that she needed to stop abandoning herself. In our sessions, we gently uncovered the patterns that were keeping her stuck. Patterns of people-pleasing, perfectionism, and self-sacrifice. She began to rewire the deep beliefs that had initially told her that rest feels unsafe, and she started to practice new behaviors that supported her desire for peace, for clarity, and to feel happy on the inside again. She said, "I realized I'm allowed to take time off and do things that refresh my soul. I feel in control now. I plan on paper, not just in my head, so I'm not overthinking all the time." Her breakthrough didn't come from doing more or ticking more things off her list. It actually came from understanding and releasing her own inner wiring that had her trapped in patterns of over-responsibility, perfectionism, people-pleasing, and self-sacrifice. If you can't stop working or performing, if you constantly feel behind in life, like you're chasing another deadline or another task or another thing to do in your life, and if the thought of even taking a break makes you feel guilty, it's not a time management problem, it's a self-worth problem. What you need to know is this pattern can be gently rewired so that you can start to lead your life with more clarity, peace, calm, and joy again. You're not overwhelmed because of what is on your to-do list. You're overwhelmed because your self-esteem, your sense of self, and your self-worth are not supporting you right now. So you don't need to keep on pushing through. You need a process to stop working against yourself. You need a process that builds your self-worth and your self-confidence from the inside out. A process that allows you to start honoring who you are. And if you want to go deeper and you want to know how to start relaxing and start feeling more in control of your life again, then you definitely have to take a look at my next video, which will appear on the screen or down in the description box below if it is already uploaded at the time of watching this. It will give you a solution for how to feel calmer and how to start enjoying life again without lowering your standards. Thank you so much for watching. Comment below what you're taking away from the video today, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.